Welcome to Glamour Travels with Pop Pop. In the past, we documented our travels with the tribe, but now we're going to become travel nomads. Hey there, OGs. Thank you for all the subscriptions. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that button.
Hi there. I am Tamara Peacock, along with my husband Frank Peacock, and we're affectionately known as Grandma and Pop Pop.
The owners of Glamour Travel since 2016, providing fantastic vacations for fantastic people just like you.
And now we're on a new journey,
Yes.
and today is April the 10th.
Yes. We are 82 days from becoming travel nomads.
And we're so excited. We want to thank everyone who has watched and supported our video. Thank you so much for the phone calls and texts. If you find this information to be helpful or useful, or you know anybody who is considering a move out of the country, please like and subscribe to our station.
Yes, and follow along for this new journey that we're on.
So we wanted to it's been a week. It's been 1 week. So We started our journey. We started documenting our journey at 90 days, and we're now 82 days away. So it's been 8 days.
Yes, it has.
And we wanted to come update you on the progress that we've made in 8 days, and also maybe give a little insight into things that we're doing and why we're doing them and how we're doing them, because we've noticed that people are curious.
Yes. That's some of the questions we've had is, where are we going in Mexico? And how did we decide on the destination that we picked in Mexico?
So we are going to Merida, Mexico.
Yes.
For 6 months.
6 months.
We are excited. Now tell me the first time that you heard of Merida, Mexico.
I was sitting in the bedroom, and Tamara came in and said, I know where we're going to go first. And I was like, where? She said, Merida. I'm like, where? Never heard of this place before. So the first thing you do, you go to Google, check with Google, and I find out it's one of the safest places in the country. I mean, not the country, the world, in fact.
No. Well, okay, so in 2019, Merida, Mexico was deemed the second safest city in the entire of North America. So that includes all the cities in the United States and Canada.
And Mexico.
So it was, the number one was Quebec, and the number two was Merida. And it also has a per capita murder rate of 0.3, which means for every 100,000 people that live there, there are 3 people that die every year in a homicide. So even looking at, we live in a very small city in Pensacola.
Yes.
Our per capita is just it's not even close. So we're moving out of a pretty safe situation into an even more safe situation.
Correct.
So,
and Merida is not a small city in Mexico. It's one of the largest cities in Mexico with a population of over 1 million people.
Exactly. So I'm so looking forward. So, okay. And another reason why I chose Mexico, I love the idea of living in the Yucatan state for the history. I love the ruins that are there, all of the things, the proximity to... There's a bird right now that's singing at me, and I don't know why. He just came out of nowhere and he totally distracted me. But sorry. I love the fact that we're going to be close to beaches.
Definitely. That was one of the main reasons that we picked the area that we picked. Well, that Tamara told me we had decided on was because of the proximity to the beaches, because we love going to the beach. And having the time to go to the beach was also important.
Definitely.
Because in San Diego, we had a beach, and I didn't know what it was like to have it until I didn't have it. When we moved to Indianapolis, then I realized
we missed the beach.
How important it was to have the beach and to get that vitamin
D.
Because in those winter months, boy, your pineal gland gets a little weak.
Yeah, and it causes depression.
Yes, it does.
It's very difficult to deal with winter sometimes, but I actually enjoyed being in Four Seasons. I'm grateful for our time in Indiana.
Definitely.
I don't have any regrets about our time spent there. I'm just excited.
Great friends too.
Yeah, I'm excited for a new journey. That's all.
Yes, as we was discussing on the phone with someone that called us earlier, Mama Lewa, and we was talking about our signs and that we are nomads. You know, I'm a Sagittarius, and since I was 18, I was in the military. So uprooting is kind of part of
what you do,
what we do, what we do.
What
you
we
know,
do. That's right.
And we get excited for it, you know, having a countdown. Because shoot, again, that's something I was used to a lot, was having a countdown to get home or a countdown to leave. So now having a countdown has a little bit of excitement to it. And see, we still got a ways to go in here in the garage, but we're working on it though.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Our progress that we've made, I'm very proud of. Like, we've got a lot of things up for sale, our desk, microwave ovens. We found a bunch of stuff to sell. Like, I'm like, people want it. Like, these prices that we're selling it for are really amazing, considering we bought that microwave because our other microwave went out on Thanksgiving, and then we used it for Thanksgiving, but then the next day we had our other one back up. So
they came and fixed it.
Yeah, so it was used for one day. So I mean, you can't beat that.
Right.
What I really wanted to talk about, that was really something that was on my heart, was the things that are behind us right now. There are 13 boxes behind us, and in those 13 boxes are mostly pictures.
Yes, they are.
And they're just sitting in boxes, and they've been in boxes for years. Because I haven't
sold the house.
I haven't had all my pictures. Well, I had a lot of pictures up in the last place that we were in.
Yes, we did put some pictures up in the apartment.
But I haven't had pictures up in 3 years.
Correct.
So for me, I just feel sad that all of our memories are sitting in boxes and not being enjoyed. And so I keep thinking to myself, like, I don't know about for you or for your family. It's nothing that we've ever discussed before. But like, for my family, things that you leave behind become a source of contention. And what I mean by that is, when my Auntie Robin passed, her children didn't have access to all of her memories and her pictures. When my, grandfathers passed, or, it was time to get rid of my grandparents' home, whatever was happening there was no access. It wasn't like, hey, everybody come and get what you want, or, it wasn't that. It was more of a, oh, I'm going to hoard this for myself. And I don't want that for me.
Right.
I want, when I'm gone from this earth, I want all of my memories to be somewhere where they can be enjoyed. I don't want anybody coming here fighting over no pictures. I don't want anybody arguing over no stuff, because none of that stuff means anything. Right. So I've decided that we're going to take these 13 boxes back here, and I'm going to take out all of the pictures that are in frames and sell the frames. But all of the pictures I'm going to give away.
We also have boxes of pictures under the bed too. Under our bed, we have one, and under Marie's bed, we have 2. Just big, large boxes of pictures, because we're putting them in
photo albums. And that's what I'm going to do. That's my project over the next 60 days. I'm going to tell myself that I can get all of these pictures out of here and into photo albums, and then I can send those photo albums. Like, I can give a photo album to each kid. I can give a photo album to Rasha, one of her kids. Like, I've got so many pictures of all of us through all of the years that it doesn't make any sense for me to hold on. I can keep what I want to keep and make myself a couple photo albums. I have photo albums.
Yes, we do.
I actually look through.
Yes.
But I don't look through boxes of
remember
pictures.
Those books you were looking for? I found them.
Speaking of found, listen, so when I was getting dressed today, guess what I found? I found in Mexican money, baby.
She calls some pesos. Now, who the heck knows
I don't know how
old
old these pesos are. I don't remember which trip this was on. I don't know where we was going or what we was doing, but I got 50 pesos. So I'm ready. I'll treat you to breakfast on our first day in Mexico. And these are the kinds of signs that I'm getting over and over and over again. That moving to Mexico is the right thing.
I remember when we came back and we had decided we were leaving, and we hadn't decided where we were going yet, but we were leaning towards Mexico because the proximity to the United States, and it was on the same time zone as our parents. It was a lot of positives for why we picked Mexico in the beginning. But I'm on Facebook, of course, and we're working, but I'm also on Facebook, and a video popped up, and it was travel abroad, and it was a lady that had moved from Chicago and was now living in Mexico City. And it was inspiring right then. That was the first video I saw. And She Picky Travels. What is it called?
Picky Girl Travels.
Picky Girl Travels. And
Picky Girl Travels.
What's her name again, baby? I didn't want to miss that.
It's Adelia.
Adelia. We watched her video and it was so inspiring. So we started. That was the beginning.
It was the jump off. Like everything that has been happening has been so ordained. Like from us ending up spending time in Tokyo instead of getting straight away to Bali. Yes. Our time in Bali, our decision to go from Bali to Thailand, and then our return here and the things that we encountered upon coming home back to America, and just realizing right away that something else is in our future. Right. And then not only that, but being able to stand on it so that when anyone has any, questions or doubts or, worries or concerns for us, we can be completely confident in saying, oh no, we're walking in our purpose and doing exactly as God wants us to do. Like this is how it's supposed to go for us. So no matter what happens, good, bad, or ugly, we know that we're supposed to go through this. And so we've even talked about it. Like I believe that our biggest number one challenge is going to be the language.
Yes, I agree. Definitely, because now we're not just talking about, we're going to take a 10-day trip. We're talking about total immersion. Yes, we know there's expats there, and the expats are one of the reasons that we chose to pick Merida. However, we want to immerse ourselves in the Mexican culture so we can learn Spanish and speak at a level of confidence, not only for ourselves, but if we plan on making this home and you guys go come visit us, we want you guys to know we have the confidence in what we're saying as well.
I think that for me, y'all know that when you travel with Glamour, I make it a point of we need to learn certain words. We need to be respectful of the culture. And if I'm talking about actually spending a year, months inside of a place, then I owe it to those people to learn their language. Definitely. To be able to communicate effectively with them, to be able to fellowship and have a community. How am I going to make friends if I can't speak to the people?
Right.
How am I going to learn about what life is like for them if I can't talk to them? So in our budget for Mexico, we're definitely going to get a tutor. We're going to actually become fluent Spanish speakers. We're going to go above and beyond the Duolingo, above and beyond the online courses, above and beyond. We are going to actually learn to speak Mayan Spanish from the region that we're going to.
We're going to be able to afford it and not have to stress about it because we're adding in this little caveat to our budget. It's not something like, oh my gosh.
Economics is really, really big for Frank, and I'm here for it because he pay all the bills, so I get it. But I totally understand. It should be really big to him. For me, it's more lifestyle than anything else. So for me, lifestyle versus economics means we are going to live a different life in Mexico than we live in Florida. And my number one example, or I'll give you an example. The example is we are not going to have a car in Mexico.
Correct.
And if you know my husband, you would understand that Frank has a thing about having new cars and nice cars, and I work just as hard as everybody else. So if they can afford it, then I can afford it, and
Yes.
I'm finna buy you this brand new that because that's what you deserve because you work so hard, even though I don't want it because I probably could take that car note and go on a trip every other month. But that's what is important here in the United States.
That I agree.
And so when he says we're going to have the money, the reason we're going to have the money is because we have doing
some other things have become more important to us.
That's right. We're going to hop our butts on the bus. We're going to take an Uber. We're going to get on the train. We're going to go.
Yeah, that's some of the things we've been looking at. Is
we're going to walk to the supermarket.
Travel. I can't remember I do remember, but I can't remember the last time the public transportation when I'm not traveling was a mode of transportation for me. Shoot, I was probably in my 20s in San Diego when we used to take the trolley and the bus before I had a vehicle.
And you know what? That might end up being a challenge. Like I might end up saying, you know what? I don't like being on Uber time, or I don't like waiting for the bus. I need to go when I need to go. I don't know, but I do know that I'm willing to give it a try.
Right. And it's for 6 months.
And it's for 6 months.
So, I mean.
And you know what? If we hate it, we can buy a beater and just get where we need to go.
Definitely. I've been looking at those online as well. Not so much for purchasing now, but I'm not going to tell a tale. The guys of the videos that we have been watching and doing our research with, they make me really love Mexico and Merida, and I haven't been there yet, so I have to pause. You know, this is not home. We're still gonna go travel a little bit and pick some other places. However, that's why I was looking at the car because I was already, we're gonna get a place for 5 years. And
what's the one thing that you're most nervous about? Or scared of?
The one thing that I am most nervous about is the full immersion, but I'm also excited about it. I remember the trip to Italy when I traveled by myself. And I remember having the breakdown and feeling like I couldn't do it. And whatever I had going on, and I'm past that now. Because I'm excited now. And I remember I was all over this country.
I remember that too. So
I was all over this world.
What happened, just to share the quick story, what happened is our daughter was having a baby, and so I flew to Italy first, and we flew to Rome. She was living in Naples, and I said, okay, babe, it's really easy. You get off the airplane, go through customs, then you go up these stairs, go here, go there, get on the train, hop off the train. I told them where to hop off the train at, and you're going to be in Naples. We'll come pick you up. And somehow, because they don't speak English, I mean, it's Italy, so they're not supposed to. They speak Italian, and none of the things are in English, but and you have to really pay attention to what you're doing. And he ended up missing his stop and going into a different port. Or a different train port, and being really upset with himself. And we were just like, well, it's 20 minutes. We'll just come get you. Like, it's not a big deal.
I really got overwhelmed, and I was really beating myself up about things at that time. I'm not saying I don't beat myself up, but I'm over that phase right now, and I'm excited to go get lost.
That's the thing. Our expectations might be different this time because I am here for all of the everything. Like, I don't even care what it is. Bring it on.
I think it was in Japan when we couldn't speak and we were going to the train, and I saw the goodness in people again.
When that man came and helped us.
Yes.
Yeah, man. We couldn't speak a lick of Japanese, couldn't read. It looked like a bunch of lines and squigglies. I didn't have any idea where we were going. We couldn't communicate with anybody. And we got off the bus and we're looking just as stupid as all get out. And we're like, okay, we're going to figure this out. And the man came over, just some random guy, and was like, oh, I'll help you get there. And so he comes and he's so kind that we don't even have the money that we need to buy the train tickets. So he buys the train tickets for us and then gets on the bus with us, goes to our transfer, gets
Yes.
on the transfer with us, and goes all the way until it's time for us to get off the
and
bus.
walk. Yep.
Tell me when the last time that has happened to you on the L in Chicago. Tell me when the last time that has happened to you on the BART. Like, when have you been on a public some type of something and seen somebody that looks like they're lost or needing help and said, you know what, I'm going to take the next hour to show you exactly where you need to get.
And wouldn't accept our money back because we was trying to pay him in US dollars because we hadn't transferred. It was very early in the morning, so nothing was really open yet. It was a lot happening on that trip. But hey, we're here for it now.
Yeah, and I realized that no matter what, like, we're going to figure it out. No matter what it is, it's going to be figured out. Now, I have to be honest, the thing that I'm most nervous about, which might sound really superficial because I am an American, but I am. So let me just be honest. The thing that I'm most scared about is the toilet plumbing situation. I have never had to throw toilet.
I forgot about that. Okay. Full pause. I forgot about that. I forgot. And go ahead.
I just have never lived in a place where you couldn't flush the toilet consistently. Like, I've been to Mexico before, so it's not like I haven't seen it, but I've never lived in it. So I've never experienced it for like a full 6 months. I don't know, what that smells like or what that looks like or what, I just don't know.
So the plumbing situation in Mexico is you cannot flush toilet paper. You have to throw it in the trash can next to the toilet. And we did that in Costa Rica, but again, that was only for 10 days. So this is going to be a new experience for us.
It's such a stupid thing to be nervous about, but that's what I'm most nervous about.
Because you're American.
I'm like,
in Bali,
I can get a tutor to help me learn Spanish, but who's going to help me learn how to throw away the toilet paper not in the toilet? Like, it's so dumb.
Right. In Bali and in Thailand, we got accustomed to carrying toilet paper with us because, the culture is different.
I carry toilet paper with me everywhere I go.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, I always do.
I don't.
So even here in the United States, because if you're driving from here to New Orleans and you stop at a rest stop, you might need toilet paper.
Yeah, and that's definitely true.
Yeah.
I just don't. I have some in the car, but it's normally for my nose. I didn't think about using it for that.
I always have. That's just.
But I always have sinus problems.
Yeah, that's just a thing for me. So I always have toilet paper and wipes with me. That's a normal thing, but it's a stupid thing that I'm worried about. I'm sure it'll be fine.
We saw a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people. Some people had concerns about food, and because the food is different.
Which I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I want to eat different. I
want to try, because the one thing we notice about when we leave American soil is the lack of preservatives in food in other countries, and we eat healthier. So we're actually looking forward to it, and we want to try a different type of food, because we're into that right now. We know what we like at home. We want to try different things there, so we're excited about that too.
We are really trying to immerse ourselves in the culture. Like he said, we want to be respectful. We want to actually belong to the community. I'm not trying to go to Mexico just because I think Mexico is cheap, because the truth is there are places that are way cheaper than Mexico, because the Mexican dollar right now is like 16 pesos to $1.
It's really strong.
But in Thailand, it's like 35 baht to $1.
Right.
And in Indonesia, it's 15,000 rupiah to $1.
Right.
So there are definitely other places that we could go, and it's not about the cheapness. It's about the quality of life.
It is about the quality of life. It's
about slowing ourselves down, experiencing the beautiful people, the beautiful landscape, culture, and all of the things that'll be at our fingertips. And we'll be close enough. We are going to border with Belize.
Yes.
And Honduras.
Yeah, Guatemala.
So we can also get to other countries super easily now.
Yes.
Like, we can go visit all of the places and do all of the things.
Merida. There I go.
Merida.
Talking like home. Merida just had they just finished the train a couple of years ago, but now it's finished to more than one stop. So we can take a train from Cancun to
Playa del Carmen,
and a couple other stops. They also have you just gotta. We'll show you guys what we're gonna talk about when we get there. It's so much to talk about.
And there. I'm sorry if we're making these videos too long. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here now, anyways. Okay. I don't think that we missed anything. Do you?
Well, we also do look forward to meeting with the Black expats there too, though.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet them. Yeah. I'm so excited to know somebody, Marco, that's already there. I'm like, what do you mean you're there? Like, so that's just amazing.
Back up. We have our web designer, right?
www.glammytravels.com.
Because what we learned, what Tamara taught me, what she learned early on is when you're running a business, you don't need to be a jack of all trades. There's specialists that do the special things, and you can focus on what you have to do to make your business run effectively and efficiently. And that's what Marco does for us on our website. So he commented on our video and was like, hey, when you guys gonna be in Merida? He's like, hey, why'd you ask us about Merida? I spent some time down there too. We're like, what? So we actually know someone that spends some time down in Merida too.
So it's just all of these different signs pointing to us going in the right direction. I do want to shout out Marco. He is Paper Bag Marketing. We have been using his services since 2020, when we realized, like, for sure that there was absolutely no reason for us to continue struggling through something that wasn't our thing. And he makes us look so good.
Definitely.
He is great to work with. Yes. He's just the person that we needed, and we didn't even know that we needed him.
Right, so definitely.
I can call or text Marco, and he is right back, and he's like, okay, give me something else to work on, give me something else to do.
Right, because coding and stuff is not my thing.
And he always is so creative that he even thinks beyond and above in helping us with our travel business.
Helps us get our vision out to you guys.
He does. So we really, really appreciate everything that he does. And we love the fact that we are learning that you can run a business and not be stationary. You don't have to sit still. You can move around. And that is the dream for us. We want to move around no matter what, no matter where we call home base, which at the end of this 18 months to 2 years, we're going to know
for sure
where home base is. No matter where it is, our goal is to move around.
Definitely. So we want to give a shout out to Move Abroad and Thrive.
Move Abroad and Thrive with Cortez.
And Mexiplans.
Monte.
We have been watching their videos faithfully almost every day
for months
to help us get ready for this.
For months.
So, Cortez, we're gonna be scheduling an appointment with you soon.
Yeah, we'll be getting in touch with you soon, Cortez. But I do want to say that I just appreciate the fact that so many people are sharing their stories, and that all of our stories are so different.
Yes.
And you never know. Like, that's one of the things that I've learned since we put out our video last week. Like, there are people that actually might learn or be encouraged to take a next step based on what we're able to share.
Because that's what they did for us.
So we're just trying to pay it forward and do what these gentlemen and this young lady have done for us, is let y'all know what it's like, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we'll check back in with you guys in about a week or so.
Yep. See you in about a week. Peace.
Bye.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids scream